I think it's just an absolutely terrible deal. If you'd thought of what the worst thing that you could do would have been, I think you'd have struggled to design something more precisely
what
geared
about
to that.
leaving without a deal?
That's fine. I mean, I think that's what's called Brexit. This is...
Is it called scorched earth? I thought Brexit.
No, leaving without a deal. I never thought it was a high priority to have a deal with the EU. I always thought that it was madness.
So we don't need any form of deal with our biggest trading partner, the place where our children go to finish their education, to where our goods go, where we get goods from more than any other country.
It would be better to have a deal.
Block in the world.
No, it would be better to have a deal than not to have a deal. And we will eventually. It's absolutely certain that over the medium term we'll have some kind of trading agreement with the EU. The question is whether you need to do a trading agreement with the EU at the moment that you leave. And I think that it probably would have the initial expectation was that it would have been easier to do that because you were in a friendly relationship with them to begin with. I now think that was a mistake. I thought that, and I think I was wrong. I think it's actually quite hard for the EU to have done any reasonable deal with the UK at the point at which it leaves, and it will be much easier to do a deal after we've left and a new reality is established. The thing about this deal, what it does is it gives away sovereignty over Northern Ireland. It creates the potential to give away sovereignty over Gibraltar. It surrenders the ability to set our laws to the European Union with no say at all from Britain's. It pays £40 billion for no trade deal at all. You know, apart from that, it's pretty bad. But I mean, I'd take those things as bad enough by themselves.
Sure, and you raise many, many issues. And and it's my final point of view as well. Topic du jour happens to be Gibraltar, which hasn't come up since the early days. And we spoke to Fabian Picardo for a long, long time ago as well. Any Gibraltarian watching, and we know a lot do watch because they have wonderful tax deals down there. So they set up their fintech companies down there, or their financial spread betting companies down there, or their day trading operations. So we know they get wonderful taxes down as well. Gibraltar couldn't last a week without an airlift, without Spain. So the practicality is Gibraltar would need some form of deal with Spain.
So I think that Gibraltarians should be very worried about this deal, because what happens with this deal is although Spain doesn't have the ability to veto the withdrawal agreement, it does have the ability to veto any future trade deal. And under the agreement, the UK can only get out of the protocol whereby it leaves the EU in control of Northern Ireland by having agreement to a future trade deal. So the Spanish have the ability to make Britain choose as to whether do we give up sovereignty over Gibraltar, or do we leave the EU permanently in control of Northern Ireland? And I think that if you're Gibraltarians, you should be very worried about that being the choice that's put before the British.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.